Sir.
Can I start now?
Yes, sir. Am I
Yes, sir.
audible, sir?
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me clearly now? Can you hear me
Yes, sir.
clearly now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your voice is clear, sir.
Okay. So I'm starting now.
Yes, sir.
My subject is generative AI. What can it generate? Good afternoon to all the participants and the audience. I'm sorry we got a little late because of certain IT issues in connection, but let's start now. After the telecom revolution, AI revolution has swarmed the world in the last 12 months. It has penetrated almost every segment of the economy, and I will segment my thoughts into 8 different subjects of debate, discussion, and application. I start with AI trends. Now, experts believe that AI can contribute $15 trillion to the global economy by 2030. India's contribution is expected to be about 1 trillion out of this. If you look at today's AI market, US has captured 40% of it, China 31%, France and UAE 9% each, and Japan and UK about 4%. Mastercard chief of AI has very succinctly described the 3 parts of AI. He says mastery of data and its mastery of data gives you descriptive AI. Now, for a country like India, which has a technological workforce of 5.4 million, there is a huge need for skilling people in AI, and Infosys has taken the lead by hiring NVIDIA to train 50,000 of its employees. Now, since I mentioned this subject is AI trends in AI, the next development in AI, according to the co founder of Fractal Analytics, Mr. Srikanth, this is the oldest AI firm in the country, 20 years old. He says AGI, or artificial general intelligence, which can equal human capabilities and mentally do what we can do, is going to be the next trend in AI. And hence, it can be either a darling or a devil. How? The biggest use of AI would be in predicting health issues and customizing preventive care and treatment to enhance longevity. Its strongest curse is going to be in surveillance overreach and autonomous weaponry. Therefore, he advocates that we must have a separate Ministry of Artificial Intelligence, not only an adjunct of the Ministry of Electronics and IT. This will enable India to create solutions for all kinds of use cases specific to India, specific to our demographic and socio-economic. Therefore, according to him, whoever masters AGI, artificial general intelligence, will be the future leader of the world. Now, moving on to the second subject, it is AI developments in India. You'll be surprised to know that Digital India has already created 16 public goods, which are called digital public goods, DPGs, and 22 are partially developed. In addition, 54 are under different phases of testing, and in a few years, India could lead the world with 100 DPGs, which could be replicated globally. Can you hear and see me again? Okay. It, can you hear and see me again?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. I'll move on. Now, India has created 24 science and technology parks and 24 technology business incubators for research and development. As a result, India has deep tech startups, one of which came into prominence recently when a 3D printed rocket was launched by ISRO. IITs have recognized the value of research and have created research parks in all the IITs which are located in different parts of the country now. Two budgets ago, the government of India started creating three centers of excellence in AI, and in the interim budget in February, 10,000 crores was provided for supercomputing and quantum computing capabilities to be created on a plug and play basis. 10,000 graphics processing units are on the anvil 5 years through PPP, which will be leased out at subsidized rates to the startups and the researchers. Why was this need felt? It was felt because we were importing GPUs to build Bharat GPT and indigenous generative AI platform. Visi GPT, a large language model for the health sector, which taps into data from hospital chains, was enabled by IIT Mumbai and in collaboration with Bharat GPT ecosystem. The extent of research and development that is taking place can be gauged from the fact that OpenAI has acquired a database analytics startup called Rockset for a few $1 million, which was developed locally by two alumni, one from NIT Trichy and the other from BITS Pilani. This revolutionary startup develops real-time search and analytics databases and deploys AI in various applications, including chatbots and anomaly detection. Now, India is collaborating in 29 member countries of global partnerships in AI called GPIA for AI applications in healthcare, in business, and other areas. An AI expert, Tejdeep Singh Arora, has used his imagination and connected wind turbines with sensors, which provide online data for AI to prescribe clear dates for preventive maintenance. He has used the same reasoning for cranes used in large ports, fitting them with sensors and ensuring that AI predicts the maintenance schedules. At Bengaluru Airport, he has got 100 vision cameras installed to improve airport efficiency and management through data collection every second. Use cases of this type have enormous. This use cases of this type are enormous, where sensors are collecting data from machines, and then AI is predicting when the machine needs repair and overhaul, so that a breakdown can be avoided. LAMP-powered devices have come in the market in April 2024, providing AI agents to perform complex tasks. Now I move on to my third subject, which is ethics in AI, and this is very important. USA has developed AI protection guidelines and notified them a few months ago. EU has also created global guidelines, which 18 countries have already endorsed, and 17 countries are in the process of endorsing it. USA and UK are also setting up AI safety institutes to regulate any negative aspects of AI that may happen in future. India needs to look at these precedents and formulate its own AI ethics policy, which is safe, which is trusted, which is open and accountable for all kinds of UI cases. It should also work closely with cybersecurity institutes like CERT-In and the National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center, NCIIPC. The most important element in this policy should be flexibility to deal with different types of situations that may arise. It should also be able to curtail any bias or discrimination in data use for AI, and it must also include standards of platform design through transparent means to ensure that the public is not duped. All this is becoming imperative and important because corpus is a data structure which captures not only sound in the written word but also images and gestures, and hence it alters the data ecosystem very, very radically. Now, what are the fears about AI? There are several press reports showing challenges, including security and privacy related issues with respect to AI. There is also discussion, debate, and research regarding environmental sustainability getting affected. Some scientists also believe that it will enhance litigation as trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets would be at peril. 84% of respondents interviewed by Economic Times recently expressed their fears that AI's strengths, if they get concentrated in a few hands, it can hit competition and cause market imbalances. Therefore, conservative thought on AI is that it should be banned for three purposes specifically: for, for predicting human behavior, for predictive policing, and for emotional recognition systems in schools, as these would affect the freedom of the individual and hence violate the Constitution. I move on to the fifth subject, which is AI applications for public benefit in India. Through concerted research and development, several AI based apps have been created by the government to meet different sectors of the economy. I will mention just eight of them. Number one, Bhashini is a translation app which was used in the recent elections for political propaganda because it can translate your language into the regional language in which city you are operating. Then this Kisan chatbot reaches 110 million farmers, acquainting with them with all the entitlements which the government provides them. Cotton Ace is able to predict for the farmers the precise time for pesticide spraying. In agriculture, the sowing app works on past data of rainfall of 45 years to predict the exact week when different crops can be sown. The next app, Urbania, is a municipality app which uses traffic data of last few years to guide better traffic management. Then there's the Atman app, which works on past chest X-ray data and gives red signals if pneumonia trends are visible. There is Dozy app you might have heard of, which uses past vital patient data and gives early warnings to patients to take medical help. The Rabbit app is a large action model providing AI enabled choices. Shiksha Copilot has been developed locally to improve learning outcomes and empower teachers and is already operational in 30 rural and urban schools in Bengaluru. Similarly, in research, teaching, and academic circles, lots of apps are being developed all over the country based on the use cases that confront the community and which require AI based solutions. I move on to the sixth subject, which is AI in HR, because that is also causing problems to a lot of HR professionals. The biggest fear in the higher education institutes of India is loss of jobs with the advent of AI. Since there's lack of clarity on this subject, various postulates are getting floated in the social media and the confusion is getting enhanced. Wall Street Journal in a recent report indicates that with ChatGPT and platforms like this, the number of freelance jobs posted on social media platforms has already dropped by 21%. Some experts believe that these technologies cannot replace human creativity and will actually enhance and enlarge the avenues for creative expression and out of box solutions. My own personal view in the matter is that AI will replace all routine jobs like accountants, but creative pursuits can never be replaced by AI, and in fact, they will get better due to larger data availability, which can then be calibrated and attuned to generate far greater creative expression. In addition, in areas of HR and recruitment, I personally feel AI can play a significant role in shortlisting candidates where there are thousands and hundreds of applications, and based on a predetermined criteria, it can shortlist candidates. But a day is not far when AI may choose to give you the final candidate itself Although I don't believe it should be, although I don't believe that is a good practice, it should be restricted to shortlisting candidates with pre-listed criteria, and then an interview, virtual or physical, should take place so that the best candidate can be selected, also on the basis of the non-verbal cues that a candidate throws, which is a very important part of selection. I move on to the seventh subject, which is world trends in AI. NVIDIA, the creator of hardware that powers most generative AI platforms and software, has catapulted in market capulation, valuation from the 300 billion in 2022 to 2.3 trillion today. Secondly, TSMC, the Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company, which builds all the GPUs that NVIDIA designs, commands a market cap of a little less than $1.5 trillion today, and it is called the most advanced factory in the world. In Europe, the most valuable company is ASML, valued at $370 billion. This creates complex machines like TwinScan EXE5000, which prints nanometers long silicon wafers that make the AI models possible. These developments have made that a journalist coined the term that AI hardware rather than software is gobbling the AI world. It shows the importance of hardware today rather than software to that extent with respect to AI. JP Morgan, one of the biggest bankers in the world, is giving AI prompt training to all its new employees and equipping them with the art of communicating effectively with AI systems. This bank is able to then take all the customer related queries and initiate action quickly. It is estimated that 70,000 such employees are going to be trained in various departments, which will contribute nearly $1 to $1.5 billion in value to the company. The CEO of JP Morgan says that AI will revolutionize longevity and will cut working time. This is very interesting. Cut working time from 5 days a week to, I guess, less than half a week. That is 2.5 days a week. Moving on to some more international trends, Google has upgraded its most advanced Gen AI model, Gemini 1.5 Pro, which enables answers to be generated from thousands of pages of text or video content, facilitating consumers enormously. It has also developed Project Astra, which is a real-time multimodal AI assistant prototype that comprehends its surroundings, answers questions, and acts as a universal AI agent, bringing enormous comfort in daily life. Now, if you look at the geopolitics of AI, both China and US met in Geneva recently to discuss how to manage these risks. USA is concerned about Chinese misuse of AI, while China is worried about the restrictions and pressures on AI which has been put on by USA on them. One can easily see that AI is not only a technological tool, it is becoming a geopolitical tool, and hence both countries, USA and China, are putting a large amount of funding to prevent from being left behind in this race. Now, there's a lot that has happened in the field of AI and health. I will skip that because that is not really relevant to the subject you have today. So I'll move on straight away to India's role in the global scene. India today is the second largest user base of ChatGPT at 7% outside the US. It has become the most commonly used tool, which is easy and freely accessible to all. The world's largest software developing platform, GitHub, has added 3.5 million new developers in India in just last 1 year, making a total of 13.2 million developers and is expected to beat US by 2027. GitHub Copilot is revolutionizing the work of developers and making them code at least 50% faster than before. I move on to my last and the most important suggestion bank for expanding AI use in India. These are my suggestions, 10 of them, and I would like you to comment on them and see how relevant these can be for the teaching community. Number one, 70% of 31,000 tech startups in India are using AI to augment productivity. I feel that this use of AI should be maximum exploited in 100 smart cities which we have embarked upon in 2015, of which 23 are completed and 77 are yet to be completed, so that full AI deployment in these 100 smart cities will maximize smart benefits to the entire population in these 100 cities, which is basically the crux of the whole matter. Secondly, we talk about Swachh Bharat. It has become a big slogan. I believe data on all the filth areas of India, if it can be collected and then AI is used, we will be able to identify actions swiftly and carry that on to ensure that we have a real Swachh Bharat, rather than a mere slogan of it. Now, in terms of freebies, we provide free water and free power in almost every state today, and yet we don't have correct data. Are we giving it to the right people? Here again, data collection and then use of AI is very important to prevent misuse of the taxpayers' money. My next point is related to 5.1 lakh crores of cost overruns which have been identified by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation in 438 projects, which means for 438 projects has taken place to the tune of 100 crores per project, which makes it more than 5.1 lakh crores. Now, AI can be used very extensively here to track why this is happening, where this is happening, and how this is happening, so that remedial measures can be taken to save this massive loss on the public exchequer. Moving on to foreign trade, WTO provides us global trade data on a regular basis, but we still have shortages and surpluses in different parts of the country. Now, if we deploy AI on the WTO data, we can identify the demand and supply gaps for goods and services all over the world. And then Ministry of Commerce and Industry in India, which has a which can create a strategy to identify all the relevant items of shortages abroad, which can be covered by India to boost our exports and fill this important trade gaps.